Why did our ancestors choose to paint and tattoo their bodies? Body painting refers to applying various colored pigments to the body using certain methods, while tattooing involves intentionally causing skin trauma to leave scars or applying dyes to the skin so that the pigment remains permanently beneath the skin surface. In the eyes of primitive people, body painting and tattooing were significant and sacred acts, yet what these practices meant to them remains a mystery despite modern research. Why did primitive people go to such lengths to paint or tattoo themselves? Some speculate that it may have been due to totem or ancestor worship. In their view, the totem of their tribe symbolized their ancestors or the god they revered most. Therefore, painting or tattooing these symbols on their bodies was a way to seek the blessing and assistance of the divine. For example, ancient ethnic groups in southern China who worshipped the dragon god often tattooed dragon patterns on their bodies. Among the tattooed Papuans, each tribe had its specific pattern, and copying another tribe's pattern could lead to disputes, fights, or even wars. Another reason for body painting and tattooing could be for certain magical or religious purposes. For example, Australian Aboriginals painted their bodies red when going to war and white for funerals to seek the protection of the gods. The Aranda tribe in Central Australia painted their totems on their bodies, surrounding the patterns with eagle feathers dipped in their own blood from their arms, and performed a totem dance to communicate with the spirits. Almost all shamans in Australian Aboriginal tribes had to paint patterns on themselves to cast spells, otherwise, they would be considered ineffective and lose people's trust. Body painting and tattooing often reflected a person's social status. For example, among the Papuans, young people generally used red for body painting and facial tattoos, while the elderly used black for tattoos on their arms, legs, or chest. Among the Ainu people of Japan, those with larger and straighter patterns had higher social status, while those with lesser patterns had lower status. Similarly, among the Maori people of New Zealand, individuals with more complex and detailed facial tattoos held higher social status. In the Caroline Islands, it was explicitly stipulated that only the noble class had the right to have exquisite patterns tattooed on their backs, arms, and legs, while non-free individuals could only have simple lines tattooed on their hands and feet. Many believe that these meanings associated with primitive body painting and tattooing might have evolved later, and their original intent might have been simply a manifestation of human aesthetic appreciation. Of course, such a complex phenomenon cannot be attributed to a single reason. To this day, the mysterious and exotic lines and patterns of primitive body painting and tattooing continue to fascinate people. Modern artists draw much inspiration from them, showing the profound and enduring influence of these practices.